A computer is just like some rocks that we tricked into thinking it was alive because we put electricity through it, all right?
Hi, welcome back to the radio podcast. My name's Austin. I'm joined by Devin.
Hello.
And Jeff. Ni hao.
Hola.
Ni hao's what
I
you're
didn't trust him enough to actually believe that that's meant hello.
Ni hao means hello.
Okay. Does it also mean goodbye?
No.
Oh, it's not Hawaiian.
No.
Oh.
It's Chinese.
Well, I know, but you know how like aloha is both?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if it was like that kind of situation. I don't know. I didn't know if they'd made that kind of arrangement. They're being real.
Wait, is that the right form of Chinese?
Probably.
That's a great question.
It's probably because I can recall Nico Rosberg getting on the podium and saying ni hao at the people.
He fucking doesn't know.
You know what? You're probably right in that he doesn't know, but I bet that is the right one.
All right.
Are you sure?
I feel pretty confident.
Okay, we're going to go with it. It's the Chinese Grand Prix recap.
Was it in Shanghai?
Yes.
It was in
Okay.
Shanghai, the Shanghai International Circuit.
Yeah, I bet Shanghai they speak Mandarin. And I bet ni hao is Mandarin.
Okay.
Just taking guesses left and right over
This
here.
is not an informed podcast.
Speaking
Facts don't
of
matter.
being ill-informed, I've got bad news. You might recall that last week I was like, oh yeah, be sure to check out Nismo TV for live coverage of the Super GT race. So here's the first thing. Nismo TV doesn't exist anymore. And that's
So wait,
that's
are all
bad.
the old archived races gone?
No, they still have those, and I suspect they will. So they're gone in that Nissan no longer owns them. They changed the name of their channel to, I think, Let's Go Racing. Let me double check that. And since Nissan doesn't own them anymore, they no longer have the rights to actually stream the races, which they were trying to get, like, up to the race this weekend. They were trying to get the rights, but couldn't do it. And, so the channel is Let's Go Racing. And so there was no stream of this race internationally. It was only available in Japan, which led to several of the like international Super GT drivers like very publicly being like, hey, we need to have international broadcasts of this. Like Jenson Button, Jan Mardenborough, Nick Cassidy were all like beating that drum. And even during his like introduction right before the race, Nick Cassidy held up a big sign, his phone, that said like, we need an international broadcast or something on it. So yeah, turns out this race will be available in 3 weeks on Super GT's YouTube channel in English, I think.
I sure hope so, because
And-
I don't speak Japanese.
And that's gonna be their plan for this season. Is 3 weeks later, there should be the full race up. But 3 weeks is not live, which sucks.
That's not very exciting because you know what happened.
Probably.
I've managed to not know what happened yet.
But you
Which
got
is
like
good.
2.5 more weeks to go.
Yes, that is also true. So that's how the first race is going to get watched by me. But also, Super GT has struck a deal with a company called Haro Sports to promote the series in Malaysia. So they will be the Super GT official broadcaster in Malaysia, and they've confirmed they will have live coverage from the second round onwards, and Haro Sports will be responsible for distributing the English language feed produced by Super GT to broadcasters in other countries across the world. So, the Let's Go Racing people now, instead of trying to deal with Super GT, have to try and deal with Haro Sports to be able to stream it out here. So it's better news than before the race, where it was like, oh, I guess this is just no live streams. And now there's again a chance that it might be live streamed. Yeah. That's the Super GT update. Yeah, it sucks. I was really excited for that race, more than I was for China, to be honest. Super GT fucking rules. So, yeah, hopefully there will be some deal done to where I can watch that second race live. But we'll see. That's the beginning of May. I think we've got like 3 weeks before that. Still. Hopefully I can watch this first race before the second race is. That'd be weird.
Hopefully. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Because this is bullshit.
Speaking of other races that I was interested in this weekend and didn't watch, Formula E. I bet it was stupid and fun. But I have to wait till they put it up on their YouTube page to watch that.
How long is that? Is it 3 weeks?
I don't know, actually, because it's technically already there. It's just under like region protection, like it's region locked out of America, and then they'll remove that, so it's hard to see when that shows up because that doesn't show up as a new video.
How hard is that to overcome? You know about computers?
No, yeah, technically,
Just get yourself a VPN.
yeah,
Yeah, do you just like proxy yourself through
yeah.
Australia?
Theoretically, if somebody wanted to watch Super GT, not Super GT, ugh.
Well,
If somebody
Formula
wanted
E.
to watch Formula E live on YouTube, they could probably get a VPN and say, "Hey, I'm in England now," and then they could do
Then
it.
they'd be like, "Go get Sky Sports."
No,
Get out of
I
our
bet
face.
I bet it's just on YouTube in England.
Oh, it's only America?
I think it's only America.
Capitalism.
Yep, so good. Yeah, so I bet that is that seems like it's probably illegal to go about that, but you could.
I would say it's a gray.
Yeah.
Everything's shades of gray.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I could be watching the American broadcast. It just sucks, so I don't want to.
I don't blame you.
So that'd be like playing an emulated game that you also own the physical one of. It's like, well, technically, I own this, so this is fine. Anyway, yeah, you could do that, and I might at some point. Actually, let's scratch that. I'm definitely not going to do that, because, again, it might be a crime.
Shades of gray.
But someone could do that.
Yes, theoretically, one could do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure instructions are abundant on the internet on how to do that.
I know a guy that just went to China and had to get a VPN so he could work while he was in China. So theoretically, I know someone who is now pretty well versed in VPNs. And if I wanted to, I could ask him about it.
You could go to YouTube
I don't want.
and have them watch a YouTube video on how to set up a VPN.
No,
So
yeah, I bet
you
it's
could watch
really
Formula
easy.
E on YouTube.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 alternate racing series update. Both are sad,
locked
and
in
I
region
didn't
like
watch them.
hell.
I didn't watch the Bubba Burger Grand Prix.
Weird.
Me
I
either.
was adventuring. I also didn't watch the Formula One race until like 24 hours ago.
I watched it live.
I
Well,
also
you're a
watched
crazy
it
person.
live and
No.
And so
had
are
that
you.
same reaction.
I kind of like staying up and watching those things live. It's
I don't. I liked it
That's
10
the-
years ago.
It's like, I'm doing something this weekend.
I liked it 10 years ago whenever like
but
my body wasn't broken.
you're doing stuff on your weekend still. I'm not. It's like, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to sleep till noon.
What's that like?
It's good. My dog likes to get up, though, so
So you don't sleep until noon.
we have an arrangement.
He shits on the floor?
No, he gets up at like 8, and he goes out, and then we'll lay down for another hour, and then he gets up and goes out, and then he'll lay down for like a couple hours.
My dogs let me sleep till like noon most days. Anytime between like 8 and noon.
I'm not going to get into that because my wife listens to this podcast and she'll yell at me.
But
You've got a job.
I know, but like,
You get up and go to a job every day.
I don't let the dogs out.
Oh.
What?
She does it.
Why? You're a
Because
monster. I'll yell at you for her. You let those dogs outside when they want
I
to go outside.
suck, and I
you
wake
son of a
up
bitch.
like 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be at work.
You've got a backyard.
You have the whole shower time.
I shower the night before.
What? Ugh.
Is that foreign to you guys?
I
No,
mean,
that's gross.
Why is it gross? You
Because
lay-
I sweat in my sleep.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
You get in your bed with your nasty ass fucking I've been walking around in the world with people.
Yeah.
That's gross.
No, it's not.
I will say his night shower thing is gross, but also he doesn't have any hair, which is like a big problem. Like I could never fucking do that because I wake up in the morning, my hair's fucked, I need to shower to fix it.
When I did have hair,
When did you have hair?
it's been about
20
10
years.
But when I did, it had just like the frizz fro. You know what I'm saying? So like,
It's a shit
I needed
look.
like that bed head so it'd lay down. But either way, like y'all are nasty.
No.
I'm the cool one.
No. You wake up and you shower, and then you start your day off clean.
Also, yeah, I could never sleep with my hair still wet. Come on.
I don't.
So that's another problem that is just for me, not for you. Again, your fault.
The exceptions are on the week. It's like Sunday night, fresh sheets. You take a shower before you go to bed, and you take a shower when you wake up.
How often do you change your sheets?
Weekly.
Yeah.
You don't do it like every day?
What?
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 No, I don't do it every day.
How many pillowcases you got on that pillow? Just 7 pillowcases? You just strip one off every morning?
Nah, man, I got maids.
No, you don't.
That'd be cool, though.
Nah, I don't trust him.
I do live in Edmond. I should have a housekeeper.
You should.
Goals. But no, dude. Like, just take a shower the night before.
No.
Then
No.
you're clean when you get into bed, and you're clean when you get up in the morning.
No.
No, you're not.
I sweat so much in my sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's weird. You're hang on, you're about to be 30, and then you will. You'll just be damp all the time.
Oh, no. That is coming up.
It's not true.
Speaking of numbers, F1000.
Not the 1000th F1 race? Not the 1000th Grand Prix?
It's the 1000th F1 race, not the 1000th
Nope.
Grand Prix, right?
It's neither. It's the 1000th championship race. So, because F1 had a whole lot of fucky years in it where, like, sometimes IndyCar
They used
counted.
to be
Sometimes
Indianapolis 500.
other things counted. There was a diagram that I saw that made 0 sense.
It's got a weird checkered past. It's a weird.
So, it's a 1000th championship race. So, stay tuned. Eventually, like in a year or two, we'll probably get the 1000th F1 race, and it'll be a whole different thing.
I bet there'll be zero fanfare around that.
You think so?
Yeah, because
Why?
they just did this, and they were calling it the 1000th F1 race.
No, they weren't.
I-
The only time they said
Countdown
it
to
in
1,000.
that, they said F1000 is the closest thing they got to
F1000, son.
1000th F1 race.
I bet, so that's going to happen so soon, because it's only like 30 away, so that's like 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't think that they would do that.
I bet they do.
If Liberty still owns them, I bet they do.
I bet regardless of who owns them, they do. Because if somebody else new owns them, then they're going to be like, we're celebrating number 1000. This is our thing. 1000th F1 race.
I think they just got to pull stuff out of their ass.
It's my long,
Do you
it's my
think
long
if
gamble.
Bernie Eccleston still owned F1 that they would be talking about this at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't feel like they got worked up about stuff like this before.
Dude loves numbers.
I mean,
He loves
He
it
likes
wasn't
the
a
numbers
thousand.
with dollar signs in the front of them.
Yeah.
Dollars.
like, no number in the, like, 8 or 900s is interesting.
It's true.
The last interesting number was 500.
You weren't interested in 750?
No. Ugh.
I was.
Ugh.
Kind of interested. Maybe. 900 seems cool too.
Actually, race 750 would probably be pretty cool, because that'd be Toro Rosso's first
Anyway,
race.
I'm going to guide you back to F1000.
Ni hao. Meow.
Free practice. Talk to me about it.
Free practice 1. I don't remember if anything happened. I don't think so.
I don't think anything happened in FP2 either.
Yep, but FP3, Alex Albon really bent it.
He lost it on the last corner. Got a real tank slapper, slid into the wall, and had to get a new chassis for his car.
So he will not be participating in qualifying.
True story.
Because
That's too bad.
No time. Yeah. Because Tor also actually looked really strong all of free practice. I guess that's the other thing from free practice to note. So I was like, oh, cool. That's great. But yeah, and then he didn't get to participate in qualifying.
Speaking of qualifying,
Uh-huh.
tell me about it.
Antonio Giovinazzi also did not participate.
Oh, why's that?
Don't know why, actually.
Yeah.
He just never came out of the pits.
That's right. I think
They were
there
working
was
on-
something wrong with
yeah.
his car, which means that of the bottom 5 cars that are about to get eliminated, 2 of them are Albon and Giovinazzi. 2 of them are obviously going to be Williams. So there's only one real driver that's not going to make it out of Q1, and it's Lance Stroll.
Hell yeah.
He's 3 for 3 on not making it out of Q1. Let's see how long he
Is
can
his
keep
father
that streak
disappointed?
going.
Is his teammate 3 for 3 making it out of Q1?
I think so.
Nice.
How long before Perez gets replaced for being too good?
Just making Lance look too bad.
Oh, God, what a weird world that would be.
I wonder if he's actually worried about that.
I don't think so. Surely not, because it's not just... It's,
I don't know, man. Like he was.
there
trying
are
to build
people
his
with
teammates
money
up in the
invested
media.
in it.
Yeah.
So...
Like Perez has a bunch of sponsors as well.
Well, so does the team, and they want to see success
Yeah.
more than just a driver succeed. Or
I
not
don't know,
look
man.
as
This
bad,
still
I guess.
seems real weird. Like I'm sure there's similarities to this situation in F1's past that I'm just not aware of. But like, this seems.
I agree.
weird.
It does.
And
seem
I'm kind
weird.
of over it, to be honest with you. Like I'm kind of ready for Lance Stroll to be gone.
Yeah.
Will he ever, though?
No, he'll be in every race. He'll be in F2000. Sorry, F1. So you can't really make that work.
Nope, you can't, and you should stop. What else about qualifying? Good talk.
No.
Bottas.
Bottas takes pole, and then a thing happened that is... I never like it when it happens, is Mercedes front row, Ferrari second row, Red Bull third row, Renault or Haas.
Renault.
Fourth row, Haas fifth row. Like just 2 by 2 for all 5 of the top teams.
I kind of like that.
I don't, because it's just like, okay, nobody's really out of position. So I feel like it's just the top 10 is going to be more inclined to have a pretty standard, boring start whenever that occurs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think it's a neat thing when it happens. It hasn't happened that often. I think this was like the 7th time this has happened.
Sure, normally it doesn't happen for the top 10, but normally it's like, oh, yeah, look, it's Ferrari, or Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull is the
Yeah,
front 3 rows.
It's been this way since 2014.
Yeah, and I still don't like it.
Yeah, like, don't worry, buddy. Rule change is coming. Hopefully it'll shake it up.
Maybe.
I hope so. Because Ferrari's not looking great in qualifying. They seem
That's
off
the other
pace.
thing out of qualifying. Everybody's like, oh, Ferrari, they really fast in a straight line. And Mercedes is like, yeah, we just need to make sure we're far enough ahead of them in the corners that they can't catch us in a straight line. And the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the fuck is everyone talking about? Mercedes has had the fastest straight line car the whole V6 era. What?
I really don't know.
But they were all talking about it. And then, surprise, Mercedes is on pole because they have a very fast car. Like they have had every year for the last 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's just the media needing something to talk about.
So, like we said, Renault making it to the 4th row. It's the first time their drivers have made it to Q3 this year.
Wait, didn't Hulkenberg?
Nope.
Also, Renault, the best Renault-powered team in qualifying.
In qualifying, yes. Ricardo qualified his teammate.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
me too.
I do like that guy. Race time.
Race time.
Yes.
Tell me about the race.
both of the Mercedes and Ferrari driver that started further back got the better start. So Hamilton immediately is jumping Bottas, and Leclerc immediately jumps Vettel at the start of the race.
That's what I like to see.
Max was also up in the mix for a little bit.
Yeah, and the Renaults were kind of all over Gasly. But
Yep.
Speaking of Pierre Gasly, okay, I want to jump back to qualifying. Better
yeah, P6.
Better
It's
show
kind of
from
the
him.
best
Still
you could
a
hope
second
for.
off the pace.
Yeah, he was further off the pace than you would like to see, but at least he wasn't outside
But
of
better.
what his team's
Better.
expected position.
Yeah,
is.
better.
Yeah.
There's the media's starting to talk though,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we'll come back to that.
It seems like they're just talking for the sake of talking, kind of like we do. We don't know what's going on.
Neat. Also, lap 1, back to the race. Kvyat
So
hits
Kvyat gets some.
oversteer.
I thought it was under.
The back of the car slid out and he hit signs,
Yeah, the front of the car slid out.
and then
So the front of the car slid out. He bumped into signs, and then he got it back under control. And then he like suplexed, for lack of a better descriptor, Lando Norris's car and nearly flipped him over.
Did he actually hit Lando? I thought it was just Sainz hitting Lando.
Nope, it was him.
no, Daniel Kvyat, the back of Daniel Kvyat's car hit Carlos Sainz,
Mm-hmm.
and then the front of Daniel Kvyat's car hit
his front
Lando
left,
Norris.
The rear of his front left hit the front of Norris's rear right, and so his car tried to drive up over Kvyat's front tire, and that's how he got so much air.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. I was kind of
Deal.
surprised none of these three cars retired immediately from this.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
broke suspension or anything. They just all needed. new
McLaren was
noses.
talking about it was going to be a rough weekend for them. They weren't very strong coming into that, and it would have been a real bum deal just to have them both out on the first lap. But they kept going.
Yeah.
All three of them kept going.
Yep, there's like, I don't know if there's any punctures even. It was
No.
just some new wings.
Yeah, new wings, and I think
They got-
Sainz got new tires.
I think
They
they
both
all-
got new tires.
I think
while
everybody
they were
got
there.
tires while they were there. What do you guys think about the penalty that Kvyat got as a
a
result
little
of
harsh.
this?
It seemed too harsh, but I don't know. what
drive
else.
through equates to what, like 20 seconds or something like that?
Not
Not
quite.
quite.
I think it's closer
close
to like 15.
Yeah, because it's like 22 seconds with a stop. So
Like, I don't know that.
Yeah, I thought like maybe just
It's
give
a-
him like a 5-second penalty.
it's like it's a lap one incident. Like
It seemed like a racing incident to me.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And I like the announcers the torpedo, and I was like, this is not fair.
Yeah,
like,
it seemed like he was penalized based on his reputation more than what the actual incident was.
yeah. I don't like that.
I did not like that either.
And then nothing really happens for about 10 laps.
Story of the
then-
race.
Yeah. Then lap 11, Charles Leclerc is told to let Vettel by him.
Yeah.
yeah.
So this whole time, I'm of two minds of this. Leclerc hasn't really gotten Vettel out of the DRS window to where Vettel's been able to get it the whole time, and he just hasn't been able to pass. Vettel did get him out of DRS a couple of times once he actually got around him because the team told him to switch places, but then he kept fucking up and losing whatever advantage he got, so where Charles was just back in DRS range. So it was sort of like there was no net gain or loss out of this. Like neither of them seemed exceptionally faster than the other.
Yeah, and Charles Leclerc didn't go by with him just kind of keeping his mouth shut. He was
Yeah, he was not happy
on the
about
radio
it.
not happy about it.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually kind of happy to see. Because I think that kid's got it. He's
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but he's got it.
panache.
Yeah. He's got zazz. He's real zazzy.
Oh yeah. Zaz coming out of his ears.
But yeah, and this happens basically through the whole race as he's just bitching about it. Lap 17, Nico Hulkenberg retires. Did any news come back out of this of what that failure was in Nico's car?
It seemed like they just said he thought that there was something wrong with the engine, so they told him to come in because they didn't want to
risk it.
They're like, okay, if there's something wrong,
He's already on motor 2, so
yeah. Let's try to figure out before this becomes catastrophic. We'll just retire it. We're not.
Are you researching that, Devin?
I'm looking into this.
All right, lap 19, Verstappen takes a run at Vettel.
So some context for this, or maybe not context, but some history. This is the same turn in which Verstappen and Vettel collided in China last year.
Turn 15.
Turn 15, yes, the hairpin, which caused them both to spin. And on this one, Verstappen's got DRS coming down the back straight. Vettel's in front of him, and Verstappen just late brakes and just dives into that corner. And it was a pretty good move, apart from like he locked up a little bit and couldn't actually like.
He couldn't get the car to rotate.
He couldn't get it to rotate and hook up, so Vettel was able to kind of just.
Yeah, he gets him back at
come
turn 16.
inside of him. Well,
yeah.
He kind of pushed him wide out of 15, and Vettel was in front by the time they got to 16.
Yeah.
So, but nobody hit each other.
Good.
So it was a little bit of a stress because you're just like, oh, geez, he looks like he's just going to slide off the track. But
yeah, I saw it and I was like, that wasn't dodgy, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't a great move, but it wasn't as risky of a move as we've seen in the past, I think.
Yes. Jumping forward, lap 26, Kimi starts to fight Kevin Magnussen and gets by him.
Kimi doing great still.
Yeah, it's like he said in an interview that F1 is becoming more of a hobby for him.
I mean, it seems like
he's just out there having a good time.
I think he is really highlighting now. I was talking to Devin in the race about this, and Ferrari, you never really got how great, in recent years at least, you could never get that great of a sense for how good of a driver Kimi is, because he's in a Ferrari and he isn't really outshining Vettel in many aspects. Like he's either getting screwed by strategy, or he never qualifies better, or he just rarely ended up on top in that driver pairing. And here in Alpha, you're like, this car is not where it's supposed to be. He is driving the shit out of that thing. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Update on Hulkenberg, it was just like a software error.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, not exactly an engine failure. Not an engine failure at all. Like, well, it was because they swapped his engine that it had this glitch, it said. I don't know, man. Something software.
Computers are hard.
As it turns out,
yeah,
computers are hard.
But yeah, Kimi kicking ass this season.
Speaking of Kimi, lap 29 gets to the other Haas.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Starts fucking with Grosjean. Gets past him too.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Kimi Räikkönen too. He's doing real good with his mediocre car. Eating up the other Ferrari-powered team that should be better than them.
Yep.
Jumping forward 10 laps, lap 38, Mercedes has got a pretty healthy lead on the Ferraris and Max Verstappen, so they do a double stack pit.
This was really surprising.
This is the most exciting part about the race for me.
So Red Bull did this last year, and I feel like this is a very uncharacteristic move of Mercedes, because I feel like they're generally very cautious, and this has a lot of risk that could go with it. If anything goes wrong in the first stop, it could dramatically impact the second car's race as well. So it was neat to see them do this. And they did it very well.
Yeah, there's so many things that can go wrong. Something as stupid as putting the wrong tires on the wrong car can get you disqualified.
Yeah.
So I thought that was super neat. In my opinion, the best part of the race. But
I think Kimi's racing was the best part of the race for me.
Yeah.
It was just fun to see him.
Lap 39, one lap after their pit stop, Bottas passes Vettel for second. So just in that little pit window, Vettel got back by Bottas, but Bottas on fresh tires. And then lap 43, Kvyat retires.
Yep.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Lap 53, Norris retires.
Yeah.
He'd been dragging his front wing around for a little bit, which was weird because it was a new one.
He'd been driving a fucked up car pretty well for 53
Yeah,
laps.
he had some serious floor damage.
And then lap 56, Hamilton wins, followed by Bottas, Vettel,
But-
Leclerc.
Lap like 55, Gasly has a big enough gap behind him to the rest of the cars, so Red Bull brings him in, puts on fresh tires, and like go set that fucking fast lap,
I
which
forgot
was
about
cool
that.
to
Yeah.
see. Like in Australia, we're like, why didn't Ferrari do that for Charles Leclerc? And then Red Bull did it here, and I imagine anytime he's in this scenario, which will probably be most of the races from here on, Red Bull
They'll
does
do
that
that.
for him. And I bet
That's actually pretty clever.
And I bet Gasly picks up more fast laps than anybody else this year. Because the car in like 6th place is going to be the one doing it most of the time. Because
if
the-
he stays in that seat.
I mean, if he's coming in 6th consistently, I feel like he probably will. Because what do they expect him to?
it's not like they have like a fresh junior they want to replace him with.
Or do they?
Like a hot, fresh junior.
Like
Like Alex
Albon?
Albon?
I don't think Alex Albon's that hot.
He was driver
Dude,
of the day.
he started from the pit lane and finished P10.
No,
Good on that dude.
No,
He's
yeah, that
driver
guy-
of the day with 17% of the vote.
That guy put on a great race, but he's no Max Verstappen, which is the only reason that Kvyat got the old mid-season get out of here.
He got the old midseason get out of here because he was fucking up.
Well, that and
And
like,
they
we
had
got
Max to replace him with.
But the order on lap 56, Hamilton, Bottas, Vettel, Leclerc, Gasly, Ricardo, Perez, Raikkonen, Albon is your top 10.
Yes.
So
Vettel, over his radio at the end of the race, pretty upset that Gasly took the fast lap from him.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear that either.
His engineer came over and was just like, oh, yeah, by the way, Gasly took the fast lap. And Vettel's like, fuck. How much? How much by? He's like, it was like a 10th. He's like, God damn it.
Yeah. So it should be worth noting that Vettel set the fast lap on. Was it the
Pretty deep into his tires.
Was it the hards though?
Yeah.
And Gasly set it on the last lap of the race with literally the lightest fuel load he could have had on the softs, and he barely eked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that shows a pretty big performance difference just between the two cars, but maybe
Yeah.
driver too. Yeah, well, I saw when Seb set that fast lap, I was like, he's pretty far into the use on those tires. Like, that's pretty good. It's weird that he's not catching the Mercedes cars. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, pretty boring race.
Yeah. Another fun piece of radio was that Lance Stroll's engineer came over the radio to tell him that he kept pressing the radio button instead of the boost button on his steering wheel.
Lance Stroll sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Get out of F1.
Interesting thing I noticed in the standings after this race is that Max Verstappen is P3 in the championship.
Yeah.
It is Lewis, Bottas, Verstappen.
What's the gap between the Mercedes drivers and Max?
Lewis has 68, Bottas 62, Verstappen 39, Vettel 37, Leclerc
Okay,
36.
that's
Yeah.
a hefty margin.
Yep. Yeah, so now fucking Ferrari's killing it in the constructors. Or not Ferrari, Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 3 races deep in 3 Mercedes 1-2s.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Mercedes is 130, Ferrari 73, Red Bull 52, Renault 12,
I hope
Alpha
that
12.
this season gets more better.
We'll stand by because we're heading to Baku the weekend after next, and with as many rookies as we have, it is almost guaranteed to be a shit show. And now that I've said that, it will probably be a Baku 2015 style race, or whatever the first year of that was, maybe 2016, where it was just a parade.
Yeah, parade.
But I'm hoping not.
Yeah, I am hopeful for Baku. There's been some good Bakus.
There have been 2 good Bakus in a row.
Fingers crossed. I feel like last year, like our first 7 races were all good.
Yeah, and then we had a pretty crappy second half of the season. So
Yeah.
Are we going to have a good second half of the season?
I hope so. I hope we have good everything.
well,
I do too.
Yeah, I hope we have good everything. But
This was one bad race. The last 2 weren't bad. So
Yeah, the last 2 were both pretty good, I thought.
Yep.
So it's going to get better. Don't worry. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Do we want to talk about Fantasy GP this week?
We'll save it for next week.
This race did me good.
It did do you good. More on that
Next week.
next week.
Hatsune Miku dot racing.
Oh, are we there?
Are we done?
Are we DONE done?
Oh, that's what it sounded like. It seemed
I mean,
that
we
way.
can just hang out and talk.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
We can talk about like taking showers before you go to bed or first thing in the morning.
Let us know what the right way to...
Can you make polls on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a fucking poll up.
Why?
And
So
then-
he can be the only one that votes?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I guess I can't vote.
Yeah.
So he's going to rig it to where animals win.
They don't have thumbs.
I do.
Exactly.
Some animals have thumbs.
Name
Actually,
one.
a lot of chimps. A lot of animals have thumbs. They just don't have opposable thumbs.
Name 10.
Dogs have thumbs.
No, they don't.
They do.
That's not a
There's
thumb.
2 out there. Go look at them.
That's not a thumb.
That's a
They're
thumb.
not opposable.
That's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not even a thumb though.
That's a
It's a
thumb.
dew claw.
That's a thumb.
Here's the thing. Let us know on Facebook
That's a thumb.
if dogs have thumbs. They don't.
Also, they can't look up.
They can look.
Bandit looks up all the time.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead, motherfucker.
Let us know if dogs can look up.
We don't know. We already know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We already know that they can't look up.
Maybe your dogs.
They can, like...
You be nice to his dogs. They're precious angels.
They're beautiful.
I like Devin's dogs.
Very smart.
I'm going to miss Devin's dogs more than I'm going to miss Devin.
Same is true for most people.
Yeah, tell us about Baku. What time?
Oh shit. Hang on,
This is-
stand by.
this is your department.
I can get
This
to
is
it
your
relatively
department. Where
quickly.
is Baku?
Baku is
This is the European Grand Prix.
it has been in the past. They have a castle on the track. That's pretty cool.
It was only that the first time. Now it has been the Azerbaijani Grand Prix.
Yes.
Since.
Let's see. All right, Baku.
I've got the real times here, so,
So
after
do I.
Jeff fucks this up.
I have the real times as well because I know that they gave me. I can give you the track time, or I can give you my time. I'm going to give you my time, which is Central Daylight Time now.
Central Standard Time.
It's not standard anymore because of daylight savings.
They should cancel daylight savings.
They should.
They're working on it.
I just like it now. Leave the hours like they are now.
I'm not sure you... Never mind. Go on.
I don't know which side of it is the savings.
I
is
think
the
we're in the
problem.
savings.
Okay, so free practice 1 is what day is this? It's April the 26th, but what day is that for us? That is Friday, April the 26th at 4 a.m. Free practice 2 is Friday, April 26th at 8 a.m. Free practice 3 is Saturday, April 27th at 5 a.m. Qualifying is that same Saturday at 8 a.m. And race is Sunday, April 28th at 7:10 a.m. So that's Central Time for everybody out there. So that's a pretty watchable race.
I wish it were later or earlier.
I wish that it was later.
Like,
I'm not watching it at that time.
What? Jesus.
I'm going to wake up for it, but like
I'm not.
I would rather stay up for a race than wake up really early for a race.
I am indifferent.
Like it's
You're a
'Cause
monster.
I'll go back to sleep afterwards. I don't care.
I have stuff to do.
I don't.
I'm never going to go back to sleep after waking up.
You do every night.
Yeah, you
Not every night.
You do it all the time. I guarantee it.
Sometimes I take naps.
I've never napped.
I napped during that F1 race
I've napped like thrice, I think, actually.
today.
No, just in my life.
I don't believe that.
Not,
'cause
count,
you've
not,
been a-
not counting baby times.
what about toddler times?
That's the baby.
Small child times?
Those are babies.
I would bet money that you've napped.
Yeah, like thrice.
Let us know if you know that Devin has napped more than 3 times.
Never.
Your mother listens. She'll know.
Yeah, she will know.
Yeah, she'll know. She'll be like, wow, Devin tells the truth, as always.
I think that's it. I think we end on that note. Devin lying to us.
I would never.
You do it every week. Speaking of weeks, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Show me your face.
Do you have a face?
I don't have an answer for that.
See?
She's so dumb she
Show
doesn't
me your
even know
face.
if she has a face.
Let's just say multidimensional.
See? No face.
She does. It's multi-dimensional.
No. So is mine. At least 3.